Hello, my name is Kelsey Bennett, and today I'll be talking to you about teaching dispositions and the dispositions I believe I possess that would make me a successful teacher. So according to GCU, dispositions are values, commitments, and professional ethics that influence behavior towards students, families, colleagues, and communities, and affect student learning, motivation, and development, as well as the educator's own personal growth. So I have read through all of the dispositions and done the self-assessment survey and found myself marking strongly agree with every single one. As far as myself, there was one I believe that I could work on more, but I'm going to go through the ones I believe that I possess that would make me a successful teacher. So educators should believe that all students can learn and should set and support realistic expectations for student success. I definitely believe that I possess that. Educators should be sensitive to individual learning and social needs of students and embrace the cultural diversity of the community. I come from a very diverse community. I went to school with people of all different backgrounds and definitely believe that I would possess this as an educator. Educators should promote social justice and equity, maintain appropriate standards of confidentiality, and exercise fairness in all areas, including assessment. This disposition basically models honesty, which I am a very honest person, as I think all teachers should be. Educators should exercise sound judgment and ethical behavior. This is good for not only in the classroom, but out of the classroom as well. All teachers should conduct themselves at all times in a good way and have sound judgment. Educators should recognize that reflection combined with experience leads to growth as a professional. Sometimes criticism can be hard, but I'm someone that takes it very well, especially from people who have done something longer than me or have more experience doing something than I have, which just starting as a teacher, I will definitely be able to take criticism from colleagues who have worked as a teacher longer than I have. I'm very open to that. This goes back to an assignment we recently did stating how important collaboration was in the classroom. I think ultimately it just makes you a better teacher and it helps your students learn better. So educators should promote and support curiosity and encourage active inquiry. I believe that all students have a natural curiosity and a natural innate desire to learn, and because of this, I think this is such an important one that I would definitely possess as an educator. Educators should model integrity by their words and actions. This is another one I believe is so important. The things you say to children I know are so important. They really take it to heart from an adult, which is so important to remember as an educator. Educators should demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring in their relationships with others while providing intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. In a teaching community, I think this is so important, not only to the students, but to other educators. As a substitute teacher, I see this in the building I work. People just being so friendly and warm, which is so wonderful because, as stated before, you just don't know where some of the children are coming from. You don't know their backgrounds. You don't know if they're getting that warmth and emotional support at home. So when they come to school, I think it's just so important that they walk into a loving building of people that really care about them and can provide them the support they need. And educators should be committed to the profession of teaching and learning. I think, with teaching, there's obviously so many responsibilities, and when you go into teaching, it's very important, I think, that you be committed to what you're doing, because there's young minds at stake. There are future leaders, and I think that when you devote yourself to teaching them, you should really take it seriously. So there was one that I believe I could work on a little more probably when I become a teacher, and that was teachers understand the effect of community involvement and servant leadership as it applies to the welfare of others in the educational setting. So I definitely think this is important, but currently I really am not involved in much in my community. I think that when I become a teacher, it's obviously something that I'll consider and make an effort to be part of, because it's something that I saw in the standards, and it's something I've seen in the dispositions, so it's obviously very important. So it's definitely something that I would try to do more of, just being more involved in the community. So those are really my thoughts on the dispositions, and kind of the ones that I believe that I obtain, and the one that I could definitely work on. And as far as collaboration with other teachers and taking criticism well, I think that that is something that as a teacher I would be very good at. I played sports, and I did a lot in life that has required me to take criticism well. And I think that would be no different with teaching. I think that I would take all criticism very well and really apply it to myself for personal growth, as I think all teachers should. So that's kind of my ideas of the dispositions and where I believe I fall. And I thank you for watching.